In this lecture segment, last semester's students would like to share some of their lessons learned with you. Okay, let's get started. For the past several semesters, the final question on my final exam has always been pretty much the same. Please write some short lessons learned to next semester's CS12 students regarding how to succeed in this course, things you think they'd need to know, or anything else about this course that comes to mind. Unless you indicate otherwise, I'd like to share your anonymous comments with them at the beginning of next semester, just as I did with you at the beginning of the last semester. So what I did was transcribe their responses off of the final exams and then sort them into broad general topics. The comments appearing on the following slides are their verbatim comments to you from last semester. Let's take a look. Regarding the lecture, one student recommended that you always download the PowerPoints and have them in hand, because they found them to be a wonderful reference, together with your own code, of course. Time management always tends to be the topic which elicits the strongest opinions and the most responses. Go figure. Students had a lot to say about time management, but I think a couple of general themes kept coming up over and over again. Keep on top of the work. Don't wait until the last minute to start on assignments, because they do get longer and harder as the semester progresses. One student noted the importance of making sure your equipment is working. He had a lot of problems due to various computer and keyboard malfunctions during the semester. Recognize the value of asking for help or putting the assignment aside and looking at them next day on fresh eyes when you run into problems. Again, on time management, keep up with the work as best you can. As the semester progresses, there will be opportunities to reference your earlier code in completing later assignments. Stay on top of things, ask any questions you need to, and make use of all of the references that the professor, that's me, gives you on Canvas. This class can get tough at times. Stay on top of things, and don't forget about your friend Google. You come to experience this for yourself as the semester progresses, and we'll talk about it as well. But programming is a skill, and it's something that you have to keep practicing and practicing to get right. It can be frustrating sometimes, and you really do need to learn how to step away from it, walk away for a while, and come back to it on fresh eyes. Regarding experimenting, in the same spirit, a couple of students pointed out that you really do need to experiment with Java and JGrasp above and beyond the assignments at your own pace to really learn the language. Coming to lecture, reading the notes in the textbook can only take you so far. You've got to get into the habit of practicing on your own, or else you won't really learn how the language works or how to write your programs effectively. Finally, regarding coding techniques, one student suggests using visuals or pictures or outlines, anything that helps you see the code that you're trying to write. A lot of coding is really about problem solving, and that's not always something that you can see in your head. Another student recommends laying out the logic of your program using a skeleton of braces before trying to write the code within it. This is a great technique, and this is something we'll talk about and demonstrate as we get farther into the class. Well, there you have it. Last semester's students' advice to you. I think there's lots of useful hard-won advice in these pages, and so I hope you'll find something that will be helpful to you in the upcoming semester. And hopefully you too will be able to pay it forward to next semester's students at the end of this semester. I'll leave you with this one final thought. There is no shame in not knowing. The shame lies in not finding out. If in doubt, if unsure, if confused, make sure to do something to figure it out. It's okay to get stuck, but don't let yourself stay stuck. Okay, that's the end of this lecture segment. We'll pick back up by starting to get into Java itself.